Hello and welcome to our Teaching for Success Parent Engagement Series, where we tackle the real questions that matter in our children's education. I'm your host, Rosa Kemirembe, and our topic today is your child understanding taught concepts or just memorizing answers? Today, we're exploring a crucial distinction that could fundamentally change how you view your child's academic progress. Is your child developing genuine understanding or simply mastering the art of memorization? Let me paint a picture you might recognize. Your child comes home with excellent test, quiz, or exam scores. They can recite their multiplication tables flawlessly and remember all the key dates for their history exam. But then, a few weeks later, when you casually ask about these topics during a dinner conversation, it's as if they're hearing about them for the first time. Or perhaps you've noticed they can solve math problems perfectly when they follow the exact format practiced in class, but become completely stuck when the same concept appears in a slightly different context. These aren't just minor concerns, they're important signals about the depth of your child's learning. The truth is, there's a world of difference between memorizing information and truly understanding it. Research in educational psychology consistently shows that many high-achieving students have become exceptionally skilled at short-term retention of facts. They use rote memory to learn, yet struggle significantly when asked to apply that knowledge in new situations. This gap becomes particularly apparent when students transition from primary to secondary school or even secondary school to a tertiary college or university, or when they face real-world challenges that require flexible thinking rather than rote recall. So how can we distinguish between surface-level memorization and deep, meaningful learning? Let's consider some practical indicators. When your child explains what they're learning, listen for whether they can do the following. Restate concepts in their own words rather than just repeating textbook phrases. Make connections between different subjects, for example, how math relates to science or music. Apply knowledge to solve problems they haven't seen before. Ask thoughtful questions that show curiosity beyond the assigned material. I'd like to share a powerful exercise that you can try at home. After school, ask your child to become the teacher for the moment. Have them explain a concept they're learning at school as if you're a complete beginner and have not a clue about what they're talking about. Pay attention not just to what they say, but how they say it. Do they use creative examples? Can they answer your follow-up questions? Do they seem genuinely engaged with the material? These are all signs of deeper understanding. But what if you notice your child is relying too heavily on memorization? What do? Don't worry, there are many effective ways to encourage more meaningful learning. Start by incorporating why and how questions into your daily conversations about schoolwork. Instead of just asking, "What did you learn today?" try questions like, "Why do you think this is important to know? How could we use this in our everyday life? What would happen if we change this part of the problem?" You'll be amazed at how these small changes in questioning can stimulate deeper thinking. Even routine activities like cooking together can become opportunities to apply math concepts, while shopping trips can turn into practical lessons in economics, math, and decision making. Of course, the school environment plays an equally critical role in fostering true understanding. Many forward-thinking educators are now moving away from traditional memorization-based approaches towards methods that emphasize project-based learning, where students explore real-world problems, Socratic discussions that encourage critical thinking, open-ended assignments that allow for creative solutions, not just the teacher's solution, frequent opportunities for students to explain their reasoning. As parents, we can support these efforts by maintaining open communication with teachers and asking thoughtful questions about how concepts are being taught in our children's classroom. You might inquire about what strategies are being used to promote deep understanding or how you can reinforce these approaches at home. As we come to a close, I want to leave you with this important perspective. Education at its best isn't about how much information our children can store in their brains, but about how well they can use that knowledge to navigate an increasingly complex world. The next time you look at your child's grades, take a moment to consider what those numbers truly represent. Are they measuring memorization skills, or do they reflect genuine comprehension and the ability to think independently? This week, I encourage you to have at least one conversation with your child that focuses less on what they've learned and more on how they can use that knowledge. You might discover exciting new dimensions to their thinking or identify areas where they need additional support. Either way, you'll be taking an important step toward ensuring their education provides lasting value beyond test scores. And remember, this does not just apply to children in primary and secondary or tertiary schools, but you can use these methods and strategies also for your preschoolers and your children in nursery or kindergarten. They are not too young to be able to explain their thinking. Thank you for joining me for this episode of Teaching for Success Parent Engagement Series. I'm Rosa Kemerembe, and I hope our discussion today has given you valuable insights and practical tools to support your child's learning journey. Remember, when we move beyond memorization and nurture true understanding, we're not just helping our children succeed in school, we're equipping them with the thinking skills they'll need throughout their lives. Until next time, keep asking great questions and fostering those meaningful learning moments.